Is it me or does it just feel like we all like trying to heal from things that we don't really talk about, but yet we deal with it ourselves and we don't really talk to the outside world? Y'all don't even talk to family about stuff. Don't even act like you do. You don't talk to family about stuff. And you pick and choose which friends you want to tell the things you deal with the most. You might tell one friend more than other. You might tell, none of your friends. So everything is always different, but in the end, we all healing from things that we don't talk about. And I think the three things that we are trying to heal from are these three things. These three things happen to be something that, again, we are still understanding, trying to identify, get clarity from it, and build around it and structure our life and shape it in a better way since we still deal with, everything else in this world. But the three things, if you happen to watch this whole video, and if you really do, it resonates with you, please drop a comment. So I will let you know right now that these are the three things I do feel like we all are still healing from. One would be the generational curse. A generational curse doesn't always have to be a monetary type of curse. It could be a spiritual curse. It could be something that's passed on from each family member within the family, whether it be on your mom or dad's side. And it's just something that keeps having this stigma within your family. It might not always be bad, but it won't really always be good. If I had to give an example of a generational curse, right, it could be something as small as you have family members that are athletes and one of your family members got injured, the other family member got injured, another family member got injured. But the generational curse is that it keeps happening. So maybe they was gonna make it out of high school and go to college and hoop, but they got injured. Maybe they got to college and then got injured and they was trying to go major league, go major with it. But that's my idea of a generational curse. If you guys have any other ideas of what a generational curse is, then let me know. But again, generational curse. Two would be your childhood wounds. Childhood wounds, to me, I'm sure y'all probably think the same thing as childhood trauma. Dealing with things that you learning from, dealing with things that were tough and hard and harsh on you. Childhood trauma are things that really flashbacks from everything. Every little thing since you was a kid, since your adolescence years, just everything that just like flash before your eyes, It's something you don't even really think about deeply or hard about because you just remember it because you was a kid. You just remember seeing it. It's like you remember seeing a specific store or something when you were younger, and now when you see like, oh, I remember that store, they changed it or they moved a different lot or you just remember. And that's how childhood trauma works, is like it's still there, it's still present, it just doesn't play the front field. It's kind of like when you go out on Halloween and the kids wearing a mask, but you're behind the mask. It's kind of like your childhood trauma is you without the mask. So every time you go out into the world, you have this mask and people don't really know your childhood traumas or the reason why you are the way you are. Not saying that your childhood trauma was super bad, but that leads me into the next thing, which is your trauma behavior. So if your childhood trauma was terrible, you've just went through every emotion. You done felt every single emotion. You have cried by yourself. You felt very lonely. Maybe you had a mom just taking care of you, a single parent. Maybe your dad wasn't in your life. Maybe you don't even know who your dad is, You was eating noodles. You didn't really have money like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you used to get in trouble a lot. It's so many different things. I don't want to talk y'all head off about just childhood trauma. Maybe we could deep dive into it another time if y'all let me know if y'all want to. But again, childhood trauma can stem from anywhere. And sometimes when you're young and you're growing up, you go through all these traumas that it just shapes you. Again, it goes and it's like a trauma behavior. You don't even know it. You end up shaping who you are from your trauma. Trauma behavior is, how can I put this? Trauma behavior is, to me, what you felt when you was younger and trying to maneuver in a way where it is better for you to cope with. That's like the simplest way to put it. I won't break it down too much. Again, I don't want to talk y'all ears off. I know it be seeming like I'm saying, bro, just talking, but honestly, this is really just how I feel. I just want to keep it real with y'all. Like, if I don't keep it real with y'all, who gonna keep it real with y'all? And I think those are the three things. Like, I can't think of anything else that we really healing from. Like, that's the main thing. When you having a problem with your relationship and you like, damn, like, You dealing with somebody maybe that got insecurities, but they had insecurities when they was young, and then they got in a relationship when they got older and they got cheated on. Now they got trust issues. So they got insecurity issues and trust issues now. You get what I'm saying? So now their behavior is the trauma behavior, and they're trying to heal from the trauma behavior because they protecting themselves. We ain't even gonna get into all that. If y'all want me to get I don't want to get too deep. Y'all not really ready for that, but those are 3 things I think we growing from and healing from. So y'all let me know if there's anything else that y'all feel like we really growing from, because I think that's like the main things we really growing from is we healing from those things. We healing from generational curses. We healing from childhood wounds, right? And trauma behavior. Y'all let me know down below what y'all think we really working through and healing from.